What's up, degenerates? The flat season is getting going. We have the Craven meeting, the Nell Gwyn today. Really interesting, really looking forward to it. So let's hope we don't get wiped out. It's early in the flat season, but I am going for a few selections here. Like I said, this will be more of a kind of a watching brief for the future, but I have some notes on horses from last year. So I'm going to play the ones and I'm going to give a chance to an outsider or to a first time out as well. Right, one selection yesterday, just a little, looked a non-stayer, ran well, came there 2 out with a big chance, but just didn't get home over the trip. A little bit weird considering how strong it finished off over the 1.25 miles the last day, stepped up to 1.5 miles, however didn't seem to stay yesterday. Right, today in Newmarket, the 1:15 family times, a pint each way at 9-2. I really think this Clipper Logistics filly is interesting for a number of reasons. I don't think David O'Meara would bring too many first time outs down here to start them off. He'd normally start them off up in the north. So he obviously thinks this is a very good filly. A lot of speed in the pedigree. It's by the first season sire Expert Eye, or is he a second season yearly sire anyway? You remember the horse that won at the Breeders' Cup for Sir Michael Stout. I think he won the race that Space Blues won. But definitely a very interesting runner for me. So a pint each way, family times, that this could be an above average start for David O'Meara. And then in the 1:50 at Newmarket today at Chipstead, this is a sprinter going places, lads. How good is he? We don't know yet. It took him a while to get the hang of things. I know Connections always liked him. He's a fine big build of a horse, and then he just got it together. And he won well the last day under a big weight, yes, in a worse race, but he's making his way through the ranks. And he was still a little, doing a little wrong here and there, but a really, really exciting horse this year. And who knows where he could end up. So hopefully he's ready to go first time out. We'll go a pint each way on Chipstead. And if he loses today, lads, keep the name in your notebook, because he is a horse going places and he will be a sprinter of some very, great substance in the future. I promise you. Then we move on to the Nell Gwyn. I'm going to take back 2 horses each way, lads, against the field here. I'm going to back Ribon Rose each way, a pint each way at 10-1. She's 2 from 2. She was a good winner at Newmarket. She then went to Kempton. She was a decent winner at Kempton with a penalty. Really hit the line strong. Hard to know how good she is. Now, the 2 at the head of the betting here, Hello You and Crotchel, are 2 very, very good fillies. But I thought Ribon Rose done nothing wrong in 2 starts, and it's hard to give her a rating. I know she's a lot to find on the ratings, but how do you rate a horse that's 2 from 2? It's nearly impossible. It's won both times. So we don't know if it has a mountain to find or if it has nothing to find. But I'll go a pint each way that Marco Botti's filly is above average. And I'm also going to go a pint each way on Perfect News. Now, I always got the feeling last year that this filly was trained with a 3-year-old campaign in mind. She was minded to win her maiden in Carlisle. She was given a finesse ride. Barely took off the bridle, hands and heels, to win without hitting her. She was just behind the bridle, and she got one of them coaxy rides to win if she could, and if she didn't, it didn't matter. So I always got the feeling this is a filly that would be better this year. She's a nice type as well. So I'll take the 2 of them against the field, a pint each way, 5-1 on Perfect News. Right, and then in the 4:45, Mr. Allen, the step up and trip is definitely going to suit. Hard enough to weigh up this race, to be honest. It could be a very good race. And it's going to be a race where a lot of notes I'll take on the replays tonight. But Mr. Allen definitely hits the line strong. Step up and trip by Ulysses. Nice type of horse. And looked a bit raw at times last year. When he won his maiden in Ayr, his best work was very late. He was going nowhere, and then he powered through the line. He then disappointed in France, but looked a little bit on the short side for him over the mile. But we'll go a pint each way on Mr. Allen in the 4:45 at Newmarket. So there's a few interesting ones. I thought another horse that could run well in Ayr was Pure Surf in the Mayor's Handicap Hurdle. She has a nice win to her name back when she beat Latino Fling. I know Latino Fling has improved immensely since, but she has some okay form and she ran well behind Latino Fling then in a competitive mares race in Musselburgh. So maybe have a look at that as well, Pure Surf if you want. But I'm just going to stick with Newmarket now. I'm going to start really getting into this flat season and yeah, trying to kill the bookie. All right, enjoy them today. Let's hope we get a couple of winners. Take care. God bless.